right? It's so easy to quit a blue belt. You know, it's like, it's just enough to say like, oh yeah, I did jujitsu for a bit, got my blue belt, and then, you know, life happened, right?
Yep.
And then, or there's some people who just kind of hit that wall where they really, really excelled at white belt, and then all of a sudden, it's just like, all of a sudden they get a color belt and they think that they're supposed to be this badass. It's like, dude, you just got a shadow. Like, like, you know, like when you say like white belt aren't people, you know, they joke like, you know, and then it's like when you get your blue belt, it's like, yeah, that's you just got a shadow, you know, because like you're still just a step up from being from white belt, you know, and so it's like you really need to get off that ego, because you have like a lot of blue belts, like when they just got promoted, and like, oh man, this white belt passed my guard, this white belt submitted me, like I'm not a white belt, and then they quit. And it's like, dude, just like it's gonna happen, you know, like you go in with the ego, it's like, of course you're gonna get tapped by someone who's gonna be lower belt. It has nothing to do with like your sham, you know. And trust me, I went through that bout too when I was a purple belt. Like purple belt was the belt that I wanted to quit at for me, and that's usually the belt that most people stay. If you make it to purple belt, for the most part, you're in it. And that was the belt that I had the most amount of trouble, because white belt was great, blue belt was great, and transitioning from like the best year competitively as a blue belt, like 2010, like just winning everything, and you know, and just like, wow, this is a really, really good year. It was my first year winning pans, and then I placed third at the absolute. I did double gold at nationals, you know, and then went to Rio to compete for the first time, won my weight, got third in the absolute. So I had like really, 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 really awesome results that year. And then I went from like the best competition year ever, then getting promoted to purple belt, to having the worst competition year ever. And I was like, what am I doing? And I really wanted to quit. Like, even if I really thought I was going to quit jujitsu, and maybe not even fully quit, but at least compete competitively. Like, I didn't want anyone to see me anymore. Maybe I'll just hide out and maybe I'll just teach. And I don't want any publicity or anything like that. But I really was like, man, maybe I just get like a real job and you know, not do this jujitsu stuff anymore, because my ego couldn't handle it. And again, like just everything was just so like, my value as a person was connected to completely dependent on my performance as an athlete. So if I wasn't doing good as an athlete, that meant I felt like a shitty person. Like I wasn't a good person, or I wasn't a valuable person, that I wasn't good enough to be loved, or I wasn't good enough to be around people, right? I didn't deserve friends and stuff, or who's going to want to talk to me or, you know, look up to me if I'm not winning, you know. And then when I finally worked that out, then that's when things started changing and started to be able to excel.
But don't you feel it's really common amongst like competitive purple belts? They're like junior black belts with a huge chip on their shoulder, like with the ego that you don't have with the black belts. Like they're basically black belts in terms of technical ability. Like some of the ones that compete, if you watch them compared to the black belts from 10 years ago, it's amazing what they can do.
Oh yeah.
Super competitive, but the pride thing's still there, like way more, because you haven't had like those extra years to bake in and calm the hell down.
Yeah.
So it's like a junior black belt with a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah. Seriously, like purple belt, I think that's like, it's purple for a reason, because it's like, that's like the time you're going to get like the most bruised, right? Yep. You know, like that is like the pivotal developmental belt for me. Like, you know, you have your white belt, which is just to kind of get your feet wet, get your foundation, you know, understand what the sport is, you get introduced to it. Blue belt is the experimental stage. That's experimental, but you try everything, you know, see if that guard works, that pass works, what works for your body type, what you like, what you don't like, where you're more likely to get shut down, where you really excel. This is the time to really, really, I guess, test out all the tools on your belt and see what fits and what you want to carry with you. And then you get the purple belt, and that's going to be like the refinement. That's when you really, really start getting things technical. Like all the things that you experimented with blue belt, now's the time to get those things really, really like down packed. And that's the most development you're going to happen. And it's the hardest belt, I believe, is going to be purple, because most of your development happens there. Once you get to brown belt, now it's just fine tuning. Brown belt's fine tuning. It's the shortest belt out of all of them. You only have to be a brown belt for 1 year before you get to be promoted to black belt. And purple belt, it's the longest.
It's like 2.5 years or 1.5 year or something like that.
For purple?
What, it's something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, for purple, I believe it's like 2 or 2.5 years or something like that. Yeah. And like white belt, there's no time limit. Blue belt, same thing's like a year or 1.5 years or something like that. Okay. So purple belt's a lot. You have to be held there a lot longer, and for a good reason, right? Again, that's when you get really solid. Brown belts, like that's where you're fine tuning, and then black belt's a new white belt. It's a new journey, right? You're at the top of the food chain, but you're also at the bottom of the food chain at the same time.
Yep.
Because there's all these black belts who've been black belts for like 20 years. Like example, like Caio's been a black belt longer than I've been training. You know, and by the time that he came to Caesars to first start teaching, I was one of his first students when he first started teaching here in the U.S.
Well, he was a purple belt though, right? Was he a purple when you started, or was he already a black belt?
No, he's a black belt.
Okay.
Yeah. And funny story, when he won his very first black belt worlds title, that was my first tournament at the 2008 Worlds. He was wearing my gi. Well, technically, I guess it was his gi, but he like won it at a tournament, and then he sold it to me because it was small, so I bought it off of him. And then when we got to the tournament later on, like that's when I trained with all the time. He needed a lightweight gi. He's like, Kristina, I need to borrow your gi. Like, okay, so
that's awesome.
So I won my division, and then he borrowed my gi, and then he won his division. He won his very first black belt world title with that gi. I still have it.
So that's funny.
I'm not gonna get rid of that. So, but yeah, so he, so that's really cool. And then I went to Arizona under Gustavo Dantas, and then I got my my purple and my brown belt from him, and then I moved back, and then it was a no-brainer. I had to go with Caio. He's the reason why I fell in love with jiu-jitsu the way I did, because of like his details, and he really, really made me believe. Again, like he walked into the school, and I'm like, that's gonna be our new instructor, the 14-year-old kid over there. He looks smaller than me, and he was like sweeping these 200-pound guys like it was nothing. Like
he's got awesome training partners. Like he has Flavio over there, who's like the nicest guy on earth.
Oh yeah. Like, he's like, hey guys, yeah.
Every time I see him, you feel better. He's just a great guy.
Oh yeah, dude. He's just a happy dude. He's just like that surfer. Yeah. Like, hey guys, hey yeah, so cool. Oh, we want to train. Oh man, yeah. Oh wow.
He's just stoked to go surfing and like hang out with the sun and stuff. Yeah. He's a super cool guy.
Yeah, everything is cool to him. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, we gotta do that. Oh wow, that's so cool. You go train. Oh yeah.
Yep, that's him. So he's over at the Krav Maga Institute now. He's got his own program.
Yeah, he's got his own program, but he still comes over to train with Caio all the time. So he brings Alexis over too. So,
obviously. So she's getting back. She's gonna fight again soon, huh?
But yeah. She's starting to work the baby weight off, trying to get back into shape.
She called out Cyborg.
Yeah, I saw that.
She got loud. It was like the second nicest person on earth is like trash talking. I'm like, huh? It's weird.
Yeah, because Alexa's super nice. She's
super friendly. So I know that you guys have the Park Boulevard, Park Avenue one, but there's the other IMA that's like right around the corner.
Yeah.
Is that also the same thing? Or?
So that's where I teach Nogi currently. And so what happened was IMA had like their striking program that was there joined with Caio's. So they had their MMA, their kickboxing, like striking program, and then Caio wanted to make his school just strictly all just jiu-jitsu. So just jiu-jitsu, Nogi, and then they brought in judo, the judo program, which is really awesome there with Sensei Shintaro Nakano. Yep. And I do the judo program with him there. Okay. And then they moved all the striking to a completely different location that's just around the corner.
It's and like then Race Street or something?
Yep, Race Street in Alameda.
Right by the fish market.
Yeah.
Like sort of. It's like one block.
It's more like it's like right at the corner of Five Guys. Well, it used to be Freebirds, but now it's Five Guys.
I used to live right off of Hanchett. There's one house like right down the block from where you guys are. They have really cool Halloween decorations. I live like right over there.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, it's dope. It's off of Hanchett. Like whenever it's Halloween time, you have to drive by.
All right, I'll take a look. As often as I go to San Jose, I don't know the area that much or that well.
It's like one block from your gym.
Other than like Rose Garden and then downtown where all the foods are.
Yep. Well, you got Rosie's, the pizza place right there is really good. The New York pizza place, it's right on the corner. It's on Hanchett, right by the Pete's Coffee.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
So
is it New York pizza? No.
Yeah. It's Rosie's New York pizza. Okay, it's pretty good.
I'll check. I know I saw that a few times. I'm like, I'm curious to see how that is.
It's good.
I like pizza. I like foods.
You can't lose with pizza.
You really can't.
There's bad pizza, but even bad pizza is good pizza.
Yeah, it's carbs with cheese and meats.
Bread and cheese. It's winning. It's a win. That was. I believe that you really enjoyed that pizza that wasn't there. That should
Have you gone to Pyology? I love Pyology. I know it's like the fast, like I know like if you want like really, really like authentic-y or like really nice like fancy like ingredients, then you can go to like a higher up. But I feel like Pyology is pretty good for like fast food pizza.
Yeah, you can make your whole thing.
Oh there. Yeah, do you know you can put as much toppings as you want there, and they won't say no. Like I can put as much bacon and chicken on there, of like more meat. And they're like, okay, there's no limit.
I should try.
They don't charge you more.
because that's right by what's the place with the sliders with the sort of like the rice patties with the Kalbi beef? What's that place called?
I don't know what it is here, but there's a food truck that I go to that has that stuff, which is called a Koja Kitchen, which is one of my favorite.
That's it.
It is.
There's a
Koja Kitchen out here.
Yeah, they have actually it's next to Biology. Yeah. Yep, Koja Kitchen. That's the one I'm at.
I always have to wait to go to like whenever their food truck is in my area, and like usually for the most part I'm always out of town or teaching, so I always miss going to Koja Kitchen. That's like my favorite.
What is it, Montague and 680 or something like?
There's one in San Jose. There's one in Berkeley.
Yeah, there's one in San Jose. Yelp it or whatever. It's right next to Biology. That's why I thought you were talking like that area.
Oh no, because I live an hour away, so I'm talking about the Biology and my area, which is right next to Yokoso and like Buffalo, like a Wingstop and a Yogurtland. So that's usually I go to like Biology and then I go to Yogurtland. Oh, and there's also Hawaiian barbecue in there. I'm hungry.
Really hungry.
The hungrier I am, the more I talk about food.
You are actually hurting me now.
Oh.
So the Koja Kitchen, they have those those macaroon ice cream sandwich things that they have. What are they called? They're macaroons, like macaroon, whatever, the French ones, the different color ones or whatever. And then
macarons with ice cream. I haven't had a macaron ice cream sandwich, but I like going to Cream for getting the cookie ice cream sandwiches.
Those are good. There's one in San Pedro Square.
Yeah. I've been there. Well, Cream's not in there. Do they have something else? There's another ice cream thing that's inside that marketplace.
Oh yeah, they have it's a cookie sandwich. Treat pot.
Yeah.
But then they also have Conjo Burger.
Yeah, Conjo Burger. There's the place that you can get the oh my god, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a South American type food. Some of it's kind of similar to what they have in Brazil, but
is it like Peruvian or something?
Yeah, okay. yeah. That. And then the potatoes. So
what I wound up doing is I get a Kalbi burger with pork belly and bacon, because that's what you do. Then you go to there's this one Mexican one where it's tacos or whatever, but they have yuca fries. So I get the yuca fries and not the fries from the Conjo Burger. And you should usually get it a double because that's the right thing to do. Mm. And then you go home with a big stomach ache because you also get ice cream too.
If you're getting a stomach ache, you're not doing it right.
Oh. It's right. It's all right. Like I have just this sort of like gaze, sort of. I'm just like so happy. I think that burger is the happiest I think I'm capable of being. It's
kind of like when you go to like counter and I just completely put everything that you can put into that burger.
The pretzel bun's dope over there.
I love pretzel bun. Sometimes it's like, do I want the pretzel bun or do I want the Hawaiian bread? Because it really depends on what mood I'm in. Because
that's right.
I love making, I like making these little slider burgers where I use with Hawaiian bread, and then I saute onions and we get like the cheddar on the bun, and then like have like this Thousand Island dressing. It's really, really good.
All right. So
we're gonna have another edition where I just cook and I feed you guys. Oh, since I guess, are you Brazilian or you just lived in Brazil for a while?
I just lived in Brazil for a while.
Okay, I cook a lot of Brazilian foods.
Really?
I do. That's what happens when you date a Brazilian. You learn. So I make pastel, I make pão de queijo, I make chicken stroganoff, I make flan. I make a really good flan. Although I would say the flan is like more Filipino style, but it's really, really thick. It's like leche flan, so it's like all the egg yolks, no egg whites, because I don't like it. I don't like that spongy, foamy texture. It has to be. I want all the cholesterol.
Oh, they have they have that different poutine, like
poutine,
but it's thicker. It's like
it's more it's
like a cake, but it's not.
Yeah, it's more dense, and it happens by using more egg yolk.
Okay,
and then you just use the condensed milk. What's that? Not
leche condensado.
Yeah, you have condensed milk, you have evaporated milk, vanilla, eggs, and then that's pretty much it. And then then you have your caramel, which is going to be sugar and water to make the caramel. You put that in. I haven't made coxinha. I haven't made that in a while. I've been promising one of my teammates I've been going to make coxinha for him for like the past few months, and I haven't been able to. And I don't want to seem like a fake. I'm going to make coxinha at one point. Love chicken hearts. That's one of my favorite.
Have you made pave before?
Haven't made pave, but I've been looking up lots of different recipes because that's one of Caio's favorite desserts is pave.
Oh, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've eaten it. But so for the most part, when it comes to foods that I want, like from other cultures that I want to recreate, I have to eat it first so I can have an idea. If someone just tells me about like it and I haven't had it yet, it's going to be hard for me because I don't have any taste or texture to reference and say like, okay, what should it taste like? So when I had like when I had pastel for the first time, I was like, oh man, this is really good. I had it when we went to Pocon. And that was probably the best pastel I had. And I was like, okay, so this is going to be some sort of pastry dough. This is like a cheese filling. And I actually, so again, another thing, if jiu-jitsu doesn't work out for me and I wanted to have my own food truck, it would probably be a pastel food truck where I just make pastel. Because like I have my proprietary cheese blend, but I also started experimenting where I've made different dessert types too. So I've done one with like a white chocolate cheesecake with raspberry. I've done Nutella and strawberry. I've done like a pineapple with cream cheese thingy with guava. I've tried all sorts of different flavors. So I have a whole list of sweet and savory recipes for pastel, all with the homemade dough that I make. I want to try this out. I don't know. Maybe the next tournament, everybody wants me to set up shop. I did a fundraiser to help get to Portugal for Europeans, and I sold lots of fried foods. I sold lumpia and I sold pastel.
Nice. Very nice.
So we could have a whole edition where I just cook Brazilian foods,
Do it.
just foods in general, and then people can watch me eat it. Yeah. And then I have mukbang.
And then that's it. Just have the cameras pointed at you.
No. You want some? You can't have any. Nom, 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 nom.
No, this is clearly working for you because you're talking about it so much, and like everyone, they're curled up in balls now. They went from production crew to they're just like tortured souls.
I'm
like,
sorry.
Everyone needs to eat. We need food.
I'm sorry for the podcast listeners.
The podcast listeners. Oh well.
Please stop and top foods. I feel like we should when you promote this, you should be forewarning before you start listening to this podcast. Have snacks. Or have a meal.
Kristina is going to make you fat today.
Have takeout.
This is gonna.
Oh, the possibilities.
This is probably going to make you hungry. We have a food and a wine recommendation to go with the show.
I wish I could do wine recommendations. I don't drink, so I don't know.
I couldn't tell you what wine to drink. I don't drink wine.
Yeah, I just don't drink alcohol in general.
You're winning. You're good.
It does nothing for me. It tastes shitty, and I don't care for being drunk, and I always end up being DD anyways. For the most part, when I'm out, people think I'm drinking. How many drinks have you had? Oh my god, don't you need a drink to dance? I'm like, no. I'm just...
She needs linoleum.
You just give me the beat. Give me a beat. Give me a beat.
With that, just two and a half hours into the 1 hour show.
Shit.
You get to be a two-parter, Kristina. All right.
Yes.
So
Goals.
You got to plug some stuff. You got to talk about control. You got to talk about those layout optics.
Oh yeah, I think my main sponsors, Control. They've been sponsoring me since I was a purple belt. Really awesome family. I mean, I can't say enough about the Barlows. They're just. I mean, like. I love supporting this brand just because it's a local brand. Well, when I was living in Arizona, it's family based. Like the whole family runs the business together. Blaine is just great artistic. He just puts his passion into it. I mean, he still has his regular job, and then he does this. And then also all his contributions to Native cultures, which is something I really, really like too, is like he's always trying to incorporate like Native cultures of other different cultures, not just Native American, but when he did like Guam or Hawaii, and all these other different projects that he's doing, I feel like it's really, really cool. It's something a little different that he can immerse like all that artistic influence that he had growing up and put that into jiu-jitsu. So it makes it really easy to support them, and I'm glad that they support me back. So
awesome.
Yeah, that's like my big whole thing with Control Industries. Like, why? It's like I don't ever want to be sponsored by anybody else, really. Like until the day that they don't want me anymore, it's Control. And so yeah, they make things really about possible for me to live the life that I'm living. Because again, there's a lot of hustle, but it's when you have the right people on board with you, it makes it a lot easier. Jiu-Jitsu, hopefully I work with them. They're a relevantly new sponsor. I've been with for a couple years, but same thing. It's kind of like, and they really believe in me. So Jiu-Jitsu they do like online like video training, or like they do like instructional videos.
Okay.
So I recorded my first I think I did 2 different technique sets with them. So hopefully, I think those are still in production right now, and you can look forward to those coming out sometime maybe next year. When they do, I'll let the people know. Same thing with Jitsu, Savage 3 cryotherapy. So this is definitely for anyone who's in the San Jose area. If you really are looking for just recovering faster so you can train, you have any injuries, give them a visit. I was totally one of those people who were really kind of skeptical about cryotherapy, like dunking into a cold tank. I hate being cold. There's nothing about my genetic DNA that says I want to be in cold weather or cold anything. I'm freaking skin and bone. I don't do well. I don't fare well in cold weather, but that that tank, it does something for like, I didn't want to believe. And then as soon as I did it a week later, I felt like a new person. And I've been doing a lot of the cryotherapy on my knee to help with bringing down the swelling. They have the compression therapy. I mean, it's a really, really good resource. So anyone who's in the San Jose area, definitely give them a look up. And then, of course, like Ghee Soap, they've been supporting me for a while too. It started off with my Inspire Open mats. And so if you're looking for like really organic products to clean your body, and also be supporting good cause, look for Ghee Soap. And then Leo Optics if you just want to protect your eyes and look cool doing it at the same time.
Yeah, I keep seeing them. They keep clicking like on my stuff on Instagram, and I'm like, all right, I gotta get a pair of these.
They're awesome sunglasses.
They look really nice.
Yeah.
I like that they float because I lost a pair of I think Oakley's or Ray-Bans. I really like the glasses. It wasn't that they weren't cheap either, but they fell off in a waterfall in Caldas Novas and Goiás. It's like this thermal park in Brazil. Mm-hmm. So it's like, just imagine like a resort, like a town full of resorts where all the swimming pools are like this natural geothermal pools or whatever. So it's awesome. But going through kind of the lazy river or whatever, this waterfall like knocked them off my face, they did not float, so that sucked.
Yeah, no, like these float. They're lightweight too, so you don't ever really feel them sitting. And they also like flex, so even if you have like a bigger head, they flex out, so it's not gonna like cut into your scalp. I really like the smell of the bamboo.
Okay,
I think that's like really it has like a nice texture to it. Like it's soft, but like how it's like, because it's all hand painted and stuff, so you can still see, even when it's painted black, you can still see the texture of the bamboo through. Overall, just a really, really good product. And again, I wear my pair of Jitsu players all the time, like every single day I'm in the car. And they have all sorts of different styles. I think the Jitsu player is going to be like the most versatile for as far as style wise and shape wise. It probably looks good on everybody. But they have like the Caio Terras, which are more like a female cut, which is a little bit smaller frame. And then you have like your OG bums, your luchadors, which are like the newer ones. And they're even coming out with a newer one. I'm not quite sure what the name of it is, but it's supposed to have like a more Oakley type look to it. It looks like they're going to come out with soon. They just did a sneak peek, but I can't remember what the name is. Oh, I'm a bad athlete.
So they got the little belt rank thing painted on there.
Yeah, you can do that for a little extra price. You can they can customize it and they can put your belt rank on there.
See, I need something that fits a guy with a big, like I usually get the aviators because I kind of have this big head thing going. So like a lot of sunglasses, they just look like little sort of things in the middle of my face. I look silly. So you
might like the luchadors. It has like more of an aviator type look, especially with the bridge over here and bigger. And same thing, it has like the flex on the hinges. So give them a check out. Definitely give them a call. I think, or not give him a call, but give him an email. Lionel Turner, he's a really cool guy. Same thing, it's like a family business. It's just him, and he runs it with his son and his his wife, and really, really cool guy. Really trying to making all these right steps. And again, they have a really cool product. Definitely, it like fits like that jiu-jitsu lifestyle, because it's not just being in the mat. A lot of it's really active, being out like at the beach or in the water. So it's nice to have something that you can represent what it is that you like to do, no matter where you are.
It's a product for everybody. Everybody's got eyes. You got to protect them. You might as well look good.
Right? Exactly.
And it's renewable. It's bamboo. It grows quick.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like a weed.
Yeah.
That's really hollow and flexible, and it floats. It's really great stuff. Leo Optics. I know they're on Instagram, like at Leo Optics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, like everybody knows Control Industries. At Control Industries. At CTRL.
Yeah. CTRL Industries.
Sweet. We're going to eat food.
Oh. My IG. Oh, yeah.
Your Instagram. Your plug.
You can follow me on Instagram and Snapchat at KB Jiu-Jitsu. And then on Facebook, I have my personal page was Kristina Barlaan, but I also have my athletes page, which is Kristina Barlaan BJJ. I'm not really active on Twitter, but I do have a Twitter, and it is also at KB Jiu-Jitsu. So you can follow me on any of those forums. But the most active is going to be Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. Snapchat definitely has a lot more zany stuff going on there. It's more lifestyle stuff. I feel like I keep my Instagram a little bit more professional, more like inspirational posts, and every now and then a food post, or something funny about me with my workout or how training is going or how my teaching is going. But Snapchat, I feel like it's a lot of food. Definitely a lot of food and a lot of nonsense. So it's like, if you really want to know who I am as a person, go to my Snapchat, because that's where like nerdy Kristina to the max comes out. It's like me geeking out over Game of Thrones or watching anime or binge watching. Do you watch Stranger Things on Netflix?
No.
Oh my god. So now it's like the thing that everyone's watching now, but when it like first came out, like I saw the trailer for, my god, this really looks good, and I was like, I'm only gonna watch one episode. And I watched the whole thing in one night. I started like at like 1 in the morning. I didn't get to sleep until like 8:30 or 9 in the morning the next day. I'm like, shit, what did I do?
Stranger Things. All right.
Yeah, Stranger Things. It's like everything that you loved about 80s, like sci-fi, horror, adventure. It's like it's pretty much like an 80s love letter. It's like a love letter to 80s movies, like E.T. or like Spielberg, Stephen King, Carpenter, like all, like there's so many different elements that are so 80s, and you'll be able to pinpoint when you watch, like, oh my god, this has a feel for E.T., or this has a feel for like Poltergeist, this has a feel for The Goonies, this is like Stand By Me, like all these different elements that are very like 80s movies again,
Very
like
cool.
And again, like even if you don't understand those references, it's still a really, really good show. Really good character development. Again, like I love the whole sci-fi suspense thing going on there. And then it's a good time. Just be prepared that you're probably gonna binge watch it. You can't just watch one episode.
So I always get the best recommendations from this podcast. Like Hanata Laranja wants us to watch. What did he say? The O.J. Simpson thing?
Yes.
So yeah, he told us we have to watch this O.J. Simpson documentary. I guess.
What is that? It's on Netflix also?
Is it?
I don't know if it's there yet, but it's like a different documentary than the.
I think I saw something about it.
Show. There's a show on, and then there's a different. This is the new one.
Okay.
I always get the best recommendations. So Stranger Things.
And if you are into watching anime, I mean, this is kind of old. I mean, this is like a few months ago. But if you're into anime and you're kind of into zany stuff and you like superhero stuff, One Punch Man.
Okay, I know who that is.
You've seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but I've seen stuff online because they always say like who would win in a fight between like One Punch Man and Superman.
It's
and stuff like that.
absolutely ridiculous. It's
Okay.
it's like an action superhero anime that makes fun of itself, and it clearly makes fun of other action type the animes like in that same genre. Like there's a few, like even the first episode, like, oh my god, they're definitely making fun of like Dragon Ball Z right now.
Like Goku. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
like, oh, like this is definitely a reference to like Attack on Titan or something else. Like, but it's absolutely ridiculous, and the main character is just awesome. So, like, if you're in anime, you can watch One Punch Man. If you on Netflix right now, like the big thing right now is Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What was the last thing? I think the last thing I watched on Netflix was besides like going back to like old like Justice League Limited, because I'm cool like that. I was watching the Orange is the New Black thing.
I did that too. Like when I got through all of Orange is the New Black, I think week 2 of being injured.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just in my room like crying. Like
I have not seen season
the
3.
whole thing of ice cream, and then Orange is the New Black.
I have not seen season 3, and
geez.
at this point, the guy that impregnated Daya has still not come back. So do not spoil that.
I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Please do not.
Yeah.
Spoiler alerts.
Spoiler alert, yeah.
No.
I'm not gonna say I'm upset with how they finished the last season, but it's definitely like Cliff. I'm like, what? You can't leave us hanging like this.
Yeah, I had this inexplicable crush on the Puerto Rican girl. Or no, she's Dominican. She's Dominican.
I think
She's Dominican.
the one that
the pregnant
like,
one.
Oh, the pregnant one. Yeah, she's
Dominican.
no. I thought Dominican was the one with the daughter, and then the baby daddy doesn't talk so much. That one was Dominican, right?
Like I think in real life that this one's Dominican.
Oh, I don't know.
Like the actress is.
This is really good casting in general.
Oh, yeah.
Although I wanted to like the main character. I wanted to like Piper, and
She's
then
not likable.
yeah, she just progressively gets like, you're like a rash. It just doesn't go. Just go away. Go away.
Even the one from, I thought that the one from the 70s show is actually really good.
Oh yeah, she does. No, yeah,
does a great job.
Laura Prepon.
Sure.
Prepon.
Asian
Thank you,
cameraman
Asian
number one.
Asian cameraman number one. Yes. I got through that. I literally did not because I started this on like another podcast. I suffer from anxiety and depression. So of course, being in a depressed state because of the injury, and then having really heightened sense of anxiety during the time that I was doing the whole Orange is the New Black binge watch, I didn't leave my room for like 3 or 4 days other than to go to the bathroom or to eat. And when I went to go to eat, I had to absolutely make sure that everybody else was already going either out of the house or sleep before. I didn't want to see anybody. It was so crippling. It was bad. Yeah. Like I literally, I locked, like I was in my room like Monday night, checked in, and then I stayed in the rest of the week and it didn't come out until Friday.
I'm surprised like you didn't just go like freak bodybuilder mode just to like for the endorphins, just do like upper body crazy workouts or something.
I could because I couldn't even get myself to the gym.
Oh
yeah, because it was just so painful with my knee.
Oh,
I couldn't even like take a shower. You know,
you're like just cut it off.
I have like stupid knees, so overrated.
Just amputate. They're like it'll be fine in 3 months. Too long to amputate.
Oh my God,
I could be ready for Asia Open quicker.
I know. Then I think about, well, how will I play guard?
Well, you could be the one person was complaining about.
Oh yeah, this is true.
Hey.
This is true. She was doing well. I think she lost in like the semis. She did well. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's still down to cyborg limbs. Like that's gonna
until nanites come about.
Well, when nanites come about, it's all over. Like that's gonna be the real like judge of someone's wealth in the future. Like because age, as when life expectancy, that paradigm's gonna be totally different because you just sort of replace organs as it go. The brain stays alive, and they'll figure out how to transfer consciousness anyway. Like
that's like Caprica. Did you ever watch that? So.
That's on Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah. So they came out with like a prequel show to kind of introduce Battlestar Galactica, which is called Caprica, which is so you can understand like, oh, where did the Cylons come from, and then this is how it happened. And although I think they stopped it like at like after one season, or it was like season 1.2 or something like that. They only. Yeah, it came out after. Yeah, for sure. The main actress, she was really hot. I can't remember her name, but she was hot. Anyways, look it up. Yeah, so that was like the whole thing. That's all with Cylons, where it's just like character dies, and then they try and transfer like her consciousness into this body, and then she exists in like this virtual world essentially. But then trying like all her consciousness, even though her physical body was dead, her consciousness was still pretty much alive and well in this virtual world, and then she found a way to be able to transfer her consciousness into, what essentially would have been like a very first Cylon. And then that's like kind of like it would be like the real person. Then they started trying to develop it, and then I don't know because they canceled the show, so I didn't really get to find out too much about it further. But yeah.
Who was the one? Who was it? Who was the character?
Oh God, it's
Amanda.
The hot one.
Lacey.
I can't remember her name. She had black hair and she had the bangs. She was supposed to be like, she was the monotheism and.
So I'm aware of Battlestar Galactica. I'm just so pro Star Trek.
Alessandra Torresani, Zoe Greystone.
That's a great actress name. Like that's a great character name.
She's blonde there, but in the show she has black, and she was she did kind of like the whole pouty, innocent thing, look kind of like a young Zoe Deschanel or thing look going on.
Who are these people, Sonny?
Oh, they were on the show Caprica, but I didn't watch it too much because I love Battlestar Galactica. That was a great show. So you gotta watch that show.
Yeah, my best friend kind of got me into it. Although I think I only got so far into it because I really like Boomer. Boomer's awesome. Grace Park's awesome. I love Grace Park. I didn't finish it. I know I'm a bad nerd. Don't hate me. I watched Firefly though. Can we talk about Firefly?
I haven't seen Firefly.
Oh, Firefly is awesome. They tried to same thing. It's another show that ended way too quickly. They got canceled. Has a really, really good following after the fact, and then in order to finish it off, they finished with the movie Serendipity, or Serenity. Sorry, not Serendipity.
Okay, yeah,
Serenity.
Different thing.
Yeah,
Seren-
Serenity and Serenity are two different things to kind of like touch up on loose ends. But like really, it was just like if people just watch Serenity by itself, I don't think it would really make sense unless you like, because like, oh, it's like a knockoff of A, B, and C, whatever. Like, no, you have to watch Firefly, and then you'll understand the cast of zany crew of Mishmash people and space pirates.
I was going to say, if I was going to watch Serendipity, then think it's about space. Like, that movie's adorable, first of all. However, it has nothing to do with space.
No,
It does not.
Serenity. Because that's the name of
The ship?
Yeah.
Maybe?
It's just Serenity because because it's the type of ship it's like the Firefly. Yeah.
So, on top of Stranger Things, now I have to watch all of Battlestar Galactica and then
Firefly.
Firefly. Well, what was the precursor?
After all of that, then you're gonna watch the movie Serenity.
Serenity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
But Firefly is what, 13 episodes. Stranger Things is only 8 episodes.
I got this.
Yeah, and then
Got this.
Serenity is only like what, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever of your life.
I got this.
Just tie everything in. You got this.
Gonna be way cooler when it's over. There was an anime con recently.
I saw that. The San Francisco Comic-Con is coming up pretty soon, I think.
They've got that, and then they've got Heroes and Villains.
I saw that too. That's going to be over at the San Jose Convention Center.
We're
still talking about nerdy things.
I know. I was supposed to go to that Heroes and Villains last year, and it had like the whole cast of Arrow and Agent Carter and probably some Flash people.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
people from like Once Upon a Time.
I'm not doing it. I hate lines, and I'm not going to go like ogle celebrities. It's weird. And then apparently there was an after party that I could
an after party.
that I totally could have went to that they were all at.
Oh,
like,
cool.
All of them. And my friends over at Comics Conspiracy went, and they hung out with like Arrow and all these different people. I'm like, you guys are
cool.
You guys are dicks.
What was that new Casey Jones?
Yeah. Well, so I saw that Ninja Turtles movie, but because my AC was not enough to deal with Sunnyvale Summer, and I just went there and like I kind of just napped.
I didn't watch any of the new Ninja Turtles. I mean, I watched the Ninja Turtles of the 80s. That was good enough for me.
Well, this
Ernie
movie,
Reyes Jr. Yes.
this movie didn't suck as bad.
Go ninja, go. Splinter! I was all full of angst in the bathtub. Splinter!
The Super Shredder. Remember Super Shredder? That was wrestling's Kevin Nash. Super Shredder. Diesel. Remember? You never watched WWF in the 80s, 90s?
I did not.
Oh, you missed out
I
on.
didn't really understand that as a young child.
No, there's nothing to understand. It made no sense. It was more racist than the Power Rangers, like because they'd have like these characters that were like from other places,
Yeah.
and it would be like the worst, most racist stereotype.
Yeah. Like the Iron Sheik or something other.
Yeah, but that's like him though. Like he did that. That was a volunteer thing.
Okay.
There's a really good documentary on that guy.
Oh wow. Yeah. I mean, I've grew up hearing their names, but I've never really watched it. I mean, everybody knows who Hulk Hogan is. Everybody knows like Macho Man or Randy Savage. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy with the sex tape, right?
Yeah.
Hogan.
Yeah. He has a sex tape?
There's a Hulk Hogan sex tape,
Oh.
and he got how much? $180 million. He sued, and Gawker wouldn't take it offline. They were being dicks about it.
I will say though, I remember he had a TV series for a little bit, and I watched that. I can't remember what it was called, but
Hogan knows best, brother. It was Hogan knows best.
no, it was one that was like in the 90s. It was like where he was an action star.
Oh, in the boat.
Yes, there's a boat. And
It
I
was
don't
so
remember it,
bad.
but I watched it. I remember watching it. I was so like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. I was all into like 90s action was the best action.
Thunder in Paradise with the.
What freaking like
There was a movie too.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. He was like, I want to be like him. He's so cool. He's the reason why I want to do martial arts. Was Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like watching all Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. Him, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Bruce Lee.
It wasn't the Ninja Turtles.
Okay, yeah, Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers too.
Yeah, probably.
But but they weren't like people. Like a single person. Like I want to be cool like that guy. I can imitate them. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Power Rangers got me beat up at the park one day. It got picked on by high school kids. I was like 10. These kids were just being dumb and picking on me because I want to be a Power Ranger.
You're all saber tooth tiger, and then didn't work.
Stupid teenagers.
Did you?
I think they're so cool.
Did you have your morpher?
I was just playing, and there's high school students just hanging out at the park, and I was like, whatever. And they're like, what are you doing? You doing karate? And I'm like, I'm a Power Ranger. And they're like, that's really lame. And then one of them snuck up behind me and pantsed me. I'm fucking 10. 10. I was like, crying. I had never seen my dad angry before. Okay, lie. I've seen my dad angry like maybe one time before that. And because my dad's a really, really laid back, passive guy. He was so infuriated. He's like, you show me who did it. And he like, oh my God, he made these teenagers cry. It wasn't even the same teenagers. I didn't even know. There were some other teenagers who happened to just be wearing the same stuff that they were. It was like, with a black shirt. And it wasn't even like the same guy. Like, they had booked. He ran, and then the other groups that they were with, and there was like another group of teenagers that were just, and I'm just crying. And I was like, man, like now my dad like really tried to come to the rescue.
Yeah, I think that's the protocol. Like, you like sexually assault a 10-year-old, then you leave like quickly. Like, you're not
asshole teenagers.
You're not supposed to pants a 10-year-old. It's creepy.
Yeah,
and like that's not okay in any world. I
just wanted to be a Power Ranger.
Totally
I was
fine.
fighting putties. All right.
They were confused. You were the yellow one.
I was like, stop.
Wow.
I wanted to do martial arts so bad. I didn't do martial arts till I was 20. Literally, I could not touch martial arts till I was 20.
Why?
My mom wouldn't let girls don't do stuff like that. And then you're going to get a broken nose, and then who's going to marry you? You're ugly. Who's going to love you? No one. Oh, and then you're going to get hit in your head. Then there's the brain damage. You want that? You're going to be a vegetable in your bed forever like this. You want that? Who's going to take care of you? Not me.
Be a comedian now too. Throw that on your list.
Throw that up there.
After jiu-jitsu, I'm gonna be a comedian.
Anything I wanted to do, if she didn't want me to do, it resulted in me being like ugly, dead, or ugly, dead, and alone, or like a combination of all these things. Mom, can I go out and play? No, because you're going to get the skin cancer, and then you're dead. No more. Voila. Patay, dead. Mom, can I go outside and play? No, because, they have the kidnappers. They're going to kidnap you. They stick with your drugs, and then they kidnap you. You're dead. No more, Kristina. Like, seriously, I'm like 6. I'm like, what's kidnapping? What are drugs? Why would they drug me? I don't understand. You're like, oh, can I go outside to play? No, because you're going to get dark like a charcoal. And who's going to marry you when you're like that? Huh? Dark like an asphalt. No one. You're ugly. Who's going to love you?
You should.
Oh, you tell me.
You've got to bring your mom on every single thing you ever do now. Like, this has to be part of your thing. Like, just it should be you and your mom. Like, you doing your mom.
Oh no.
We could have like the fake phone call. Like,
oh no, if I'm calling Filipino moms. I was trying to impersonate my mom one day, and the guy working the front desk was Filipino, and I guess he was talking about how he had partied and got like super high and super drunk on the weekend, and I was like doing this impersonation of my mom, and he comes into the office like, I'm like, bro, are you okay? He's like, I thought my mom was here. I'm like, how the fuck my mom get past me? I'm like, oh shit, my mom is here. She heard everything. I was like, are you the only person? Like, is just you two back here? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, holy, was that you? I'm like, yeah. Like,
it's good.
I've had time to practice.
Wow.
Like a lifetime.
Well, before Netflix, there was doing your mom's voice.
Impersonating my mom. Things my mom says.
See, between the seasons of not Walking Dead, it was a Game of Thrones. Like, you got to develop some material for it.
I can have full conversations talking like my mom. And yeah, it. Hell yeah.
Videos like that.
Make videos to make. I don't know if I can dress like my mom. My mom's got like the short Asian. Like, I could do like the stereotypical like old Asian mom look when they go to the groceries, which is like the big hat and the sunglasses,
the visor,
and then just walking around like you know, with like the jump, like the exercise clothes, because they still want to look fit, right? Like the really cute like workout clothes from Victoria's Secret, or you know what I mean, like or like the yoga pants, and they have like the thing like wrapped around, or sometimes they even have a fanny pack. My mom still has a fanny pack, and she used that. Yes, I love fanny packs, dude. I grew up with fanny packs.
Thank
I had
you.
like if I still have my fanny pack, I would still use it. I'm going to bring fanny packs back. We can do that.
This is the Datusora Hemp Joe Rogan utility belt.
Utility belt.
It even has a cup holder.
You say it's not a purse, it's a satchel.
This even has a cup holder. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's serious.
That is that. It's like it's gear material.
Yeah, it's hemp.
Oh, okay.
It's renewable.
Oh.
It's they make geese, right? Datusora.
Yeah.
It's a utility belt, not a fanny pack.
Oh, okay. Utility belt. It's a Batman. Okay, it's the difference between.
Yeah, they wrote utility belt on. I'm like buying it, and it actually if you get the match there's a backpack that goes with it. It like clips to the front of it. There's like
awesome.
there's a whole thing.
Dude, why do you think I have my little mini backpack thing? That thing is awesome. It's like, of course, I look like I look like a junior high student at all times. 90s.
I look like the way you just described your mother. So
I got carded at the movie theaters like a couple weeks ago. Like, really? You really don't think I'm at least 17? This thing was great at Disneyland, though. I mean, I was surprised by how all the things I could fit in there.
This is great for.
So I permanently look like a poke trainer with my backwards hat and my little mini backpack.
Oh,
I choose you.
I can be ready for a podcast. I have extra mics in here. I can be ready for the movies. I can smuggle food in, and I keep a pair of 2D glasses in here.
Dude,
yeah, that's a thing.
Last time I went to the movies, I snuck in French fries from Five Guys and a whole acai bowl. The extent of things I've snuck into the movie theaters. I've snuck in a whole rotisserie chicken. Because sometimes you're hungry.
Full Monte Cristo sandwich with fries from Bennigan's. The whole thing.
I had a foot long sandwich at one point. Definitely brought like a whole thing of Taco Bell.
You gotta step it up and get a lobster and just start like.
Yeah, seriously. I don't mess around. I'm not gonna be paying $20 for no stupid popcorn. I can get my popcorn from Trader Joe's. You take all the air out of the bag, and then you can stuff in. I got like a watermelon. I got the popcorn. I had like my coconut water. I had some chocolate in there, and actually, this was in one of my control ghee bags that I did this. Yeah, it was great. This is how we do the movies.
Because you just throw it in the wash when you're done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
your geese just like miraculously smell like sugary, like popcorn.
No, why do you smell like cinnamon?
You smell like butter.
Let me tell you, why do you taste?
Another job, ways to save money. That's another job.
Why do you smell so savory? Why do you smell so delicious? Oh, thanks.
Oh, the butter.
It's my natural scent.
Didn't know there's a butter and salt control ghee. Oh, God.
Yeah, we'll have another podcast where all I do is just impressions. That was another thing I wanted to do. I wanted to be a voice actor when I was a kid.
So I hired one.
I did all the Pokemon voices. I did. If it was possible for me to do it, I could do Pokemon voices.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was going to hire a voiceover person, like, because I already have one, but it's the same British person that like she betrayed me and did everyone else's podcast ever.
No.
Well, not.
I can't do cool European accents.
No,
I do good Asian accents.
I don't want one anymore. Ooh. Could your mom do the job? That would be great.
To do all that, and I do high pitched, cute little pocket monsters and certain Disney characters, like Aloha.
What was that one?
With Lilo.
Oh yeah,
Stitch.
You went back to that. Okay, I should have known.
Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind or forgotten.
Okay.
Voice actor, yeah. We were like, why the fuck is Pikachu on this podcast?
It's we gotta catch them all. That's all it is. Well, which one was that one? That was better.
Yeah, because he says cha. So for Japanese, when they have like a mouse, the mouse says chew. Chew, that's like chew, 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 chew. That's the sound that mice make in Japan, is chew. Like for cats, it's meow, 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 meow. Yeah. That's a Japanese cat meowing.
Does Hello Kitty do that too?
No, Hello Kitty doesn't talk. You know, Hello Kitty is actually supposed to be a person. Hello Kitty is not a cat. Kitty is her name. Hello Kitty is not supposed to be a cat.
It's Taiwanese, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently Kitty's supposed to be British.
Hmm.
Even though she's from but yeah, no, look it up. Seriously, they'll tell you. Hello Kitty is not a cat. It's a girl named Kitty.
Is it?
Supposed to be. How long do we keep going with all this?
It's that Japanese company. She is a.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody for listening. This
Well, part 3 is gonna be all nothing but impersonations, or just me talking like my mom.
Yeah. So
with certain anime with cartoon characters popped in every now and then.
Well, yeah, you win. This is. I think we went pretty long with Gumby and Mike. I think if we would have let Hanato keep talking, that would have. He stayed in for a very long time, a very very long time.
Oh yeah, I mean, we just want to have food.
All right, we're gonna eat food. Thanks for listening. This is part 3 of 3. Kristina Barlaan. Thanks to Asian Man.
Sorry.
Asian
How Asian can
one.
I be?
That's awesome. That was Chun-Li. I know that one.
This is Sailor Moon.
That's Sailor Moon.
This is Sailor Moon. This is gonna be Chun-Li.
That's Chun-Li. Well, that's sound. That was Chun-Li.
Yeah, because that's Japanese though, but she's Chinese American, right?
Yeah, she's
No,
Chinese.
Chinese. She's half.
She's half.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Chun-Li's supposed to be half.
I didn't read the full
Right?
booklet. Apparently, she's Chinese.
No.
Ooh.
She's supposed to be half.
I've been playing this game since it came out.
Thanks for
Yeah,
listening.
and she got this.